Hello, everyone. Now, before I welcome you to this episode, I believe we need to address the elephant in the room, and that is get that before it boils. This is not where I left you in the last episode. Episode 63 had us down at the last lonely cabin, and from there we had a couple of mishaps with episode 64 and 65. So I'll try to make this short and sweet to explain the really audio issues that I had. Episode 64 had zero sound. This was a Streamlabs issue. I got it rectified. The episode 65 has narration, but no game sound. A lot like the Dead World episode just recently. So, what I decided to do, in the fairness of all this, is to continue the story just after episode 65, and we'll continue our journey from there. But what I will do is I will upload episode 64 and 65 as a non-listed video. I will put links into descriptions. I'll add some underlying music so they're not so arduous to watch. And if you decide you want to watch and see how we got here, by all means, you'll be able to click on the links and it'll take you there. And if you don't decide to watch, that's fine. We'll pick up where we left off. And how we got to here. So, without further ado, let us continue our journey, and welcome to Stalker, episode 66. Let's turn that mouse down so I don't give you all a whiplash. Okay, we got kind of a catch-22 here. We're at the cave that leads to the rope climbs and all of that to get us to Ruger's last little stand here. We've been to a couple of different places. To get here, like I said, if you want to see that journey, by all means, click on the links and you can go buzz through them and see where we happen to get here.
Probably useful.
Well, it might be, huh? Don't really need to eat anything. Got us some water to get us through. Let's not forget this. Or that. Now, the one thing I was hoping to do is get some more rest. We've got a lot of rope climbs to do, so I'm almost tempted to sleep a couple more hours here. So let's sleep for 2 more hours here real quickly. There we go. That'll be a little better. And then we'll use our coffee, and we've got some go drinks and stuff to get us the rest of the way. Let's get a little bit of a drink, but not all of it. And let's go ahead and head out. Big shout out to Wandering Firekeeper for the suggestion on adding some music to the background on the videos. I hadn't thought of that. So I'll find some appropriate long dark tracks. I got the we gotta go up here. I think it's like there's a cool pathway somewhere. Now I own all the soundtracks, so I'll find some appropriate music, and especially the silent one. That one's the worst. But I didn't think I should deprive you from watching it if you want to watch it. And again, if you don't want to watch, then here we are. You played the tales. You know what's going on, how we got here.
I think I can
Kind of
use
know
this.
where we're at. What's our weight? Yeah, we're at near capacity. We may need to shed some things. We need wires. Interesting. Was there a means to get up here? We have to blow it up? You don't remember. What does the journal say? Search the hideout for details on Rudiger's movements. Did we miss something? Oh, that's really good. Use the Polaroid and handheld shortwave to locate Rudiger's hideout in Sundered Pass. So we did that. We went to Sundered Pass. We don't need this money. Where's the Polaroid out here? Let's take a look. Maybe I screwed this up and we're going to have to go back to where we were. Yeah, this is where we're at. Can't read what it says. It looks like Wahoo at the top. Yeah, there's that thing. Oh. We can't go up there. This looks like this would be the way. There's nothing triggering. But then again, I have to have missed something because it says search the hideout for details on Rudiger's movement. 1 of 2. So obviously I missed something down in the hideout. So that means, doggone it, we gotta go back. That bites. I guess we can get a good night's sleep and start over. That's okay. We make mistakes. I'm assuming once you get that other deal, that'll trigger you to dig that out, would be my guess. I did this once on Voyager, and it's been so long ago. It was like not long after it came out. I don't remember. I don't. Luckily enough, didn't have to deal with too much here. Right. Let's drop some of this weight here. We don't need that. Should work. At least we're not terribly far away. This rope climb is brutal. With no ledges. Well, we kind of get to redo what happened in episode 65. This. Ooh. Look at the rocks and snows falling. That is cool. That's got to be part of that visualization thing. Hadn't seen that before. That was cool. Alright, let's get out the tree shooter. I don't think we'll have any problems. One never knows. Yeah. Pros everywhere. Bolster that. Let's go over here and pick up feathers. We have the need to make a bunch of arrows at some point. We'll probably do that when we get to Forsaken Airfield. We have no need to pick cattails or anything here. Wanted to see what our food situation is. We got enough potatoes to start our own fast food restaurant. Have French fries for days. I know, Astrid. I'd be mad at me too. Get all that way and forget your wallet, you know? Okay, what did we miss? Huh, Astrid, what did we miss? We were here. See, we even are curing a wolf pelt. We even slept in this dirty bed.
I need to find a place to rest.
Ah, diary. Maybe we didn't see this. All right. Turn this off so we don't waste all the gas.
Someone is stalking me. Even now, huddled here with the rats and the filth, he is searching. The mole I had feared, or... The mountain pass is closed. Great Bear Island's instability, its many earthquakes and shifting mountains, were thought to be key attributes in our scientific game. And that proved partially true. Its gnashing rocks, the clash of old and new forces in opposition, did grant us a look in the right direction. But it's also trapped me here, with no retreat from these frozen peaks. I need to examine the data more closely. All I hold in my hands is a closed book. I must get higher, to get the signal out, to let them know I persist in this hellish place.
Find the access point. That's what we needed. Doggone it. Now we get to sleep in the filthy bed again. All right. Those are 100%. Definitely need to repair said wolf coat. Alright, we got that curing down at the last lonely cave. Alright, so nothing to do there. How about here? No, can't do that. Can't do anything to Murdoch. That's just wrong. That's abuse. Alright. Can we repair this? We can. Let's do this. Thing's looking a little raggedy anyway. There we go. Not that they really needed it, but trying to kill some time. All right. If only we could clean the cans off there. It's a little gross to sleep on this bed again. So let's eat this so we don't draw attention in case any of the locals respawn. And is there anything? Oh, we've got insomnia. Okay, well, we might as well try to sleep because we may only get a few hours here and there. We want to be as rested as we can. That rope climb's pretty brutal. Probably ought to drink a coffee before we start. Offset some of it. Insomnia's healed. Good. 113 days in. I need water again. That was the whole point why we were making water earlier. All right. That's close enough to daylight for me. All right, basement. Thanks for having us again. Anything else we can live without? We got to take everything. I should have left a lot of stuff down in the lonely cave or lonely cavern, but here we are. Do we need that? Does it really change much? All right, let's go. Very ominous sound. Almost sounds like an avalanche. This is pretty. I know I've probably talked about this way more than I should have with the new visuals, and I've really kind of gushed about it. But every time I play this now, I see something different, and it's just something else to gush about. Because this looks so good. Changing the fog colors to match the scene is so cool. I mean, this is so neat. Sun rising in the background. Gets me all excited about what's Black Frost going to bring us. You know, it took Interland a few years to get to this point, but imagine what the new engine's going to give us. Gotta have respect for somebody that can take and continue to improve even considerably old technology, which would be this engine, and they tweak it a little bit and enhance it a little bit and get just a little more out of it to make it still very attractive looking game, even though it's almost 10 years old at this point. Good Lord, I hope we can do short hops. My older son bought me a Father's Day gift, and he bought me Planet Crafters, which I had on my Steam wish list. And he was kind enough to give it to me for Father's Day, and I was playing it, and I got stuck on a rock and realized that you could actually hop in that game. And the hop was like, it might as well have been like in reality is like 2 inches. It was just enough to get over this thing that got me stuck. I was like, this is what we need in the long dark. Just, I don't need to be able to jump up on top of boulders and do crazy stuff, but if I could
Even
just
now,
jump over this rock.
looks like I survived another night.
Okay, Astrid, thanks for the additional narration. We'll continue to collect feathers. Did we get some more local authorities here? Oh, we got something over here. Yeah, it's a small pack. Ow! Come on. Didn't you see what I did to your brother? You should go find a new place to hang out.
Did I say I hate being cold? Because I really do.
Comes the insomnia. And the bad weather. An ominous, shadowed background. Alright, let me put that away. I think we're done.
It's so cold. I just want to lay down for a bit.
Well, I hate to tell you, but I have something opposite in mind. Instead of laying down, we're going to take an enormous climb up a rope. If we can find it. Did we get lost in the fog that badly already? There it is. It's got to be it. There's the rope. All right. This wiped us out pretty badly last time. Let's drink the coffee. Give ourselves a little bit extra. Go. Look at you go, Astrid. I don't think we had to crampons with this. I'll have to look. Oop, there's the rocks falling. Look at that. That is so cool. Good job, Hinterland. Come on, Astrid, you can do this. You did better than the last time we did this. Good job. Good job. Alright, you deserve a break. Hopefully all you people that are on consoles will get these updates. We all can enjoy these new things. That's the first time I'd seen the particle effects or the surprise stuff where you can have snow and ice fall off of things and all that. What the heck? Oh, that's a ptarmigan. I was like, what the hell's this white thing running in front? It's a bird. Can we bring our crampons by any possible chance? No. So much for packing the right equipment. I didn't even think about all the rope climb. Okay, so this is the Polaroid. Now will we be able to climb in here? Now that we've listened to the crazy old man? Here it is. Clear the snow. There we go. Reach the high peak plateau and looks for signs of Rudiger and the Foreman. So, here's where we start to run out of energy with the mega rope climbs. It's funny to be doing this because I don't know if everybody knows who this is, and if you don't, I'll put a link in there. On my main YouTube page is a friend of the channel, but Toasty Bits had just released a thing just a couple days ago about the correlation between the DLC and the Tales of the Far Territory and how they reflect on what we might see in Black Frost. And his opinion, and I tend to agree with him on a lot of his points, is that a lot of what we're seeing in the Tales and a lot of the mechanisms we're seeing in the DLC are Hinterland's way of testing what's to come. So, a couple of years ago they talked about doing another game, so they've probably been developing Black Frost for a while, and so maybe the DLC was meant to be a twofold, help fund both Black Frost and the DLC, but also to test new functions. Because one of the things that I think Hinterland wasn't planning for was the success of the sandbox. They were going to do The Long Dark as a story. And then they put the sandbox out as an early access thing, and people gravitated to that more so than the story. So I believe Black Frost is going to be a much more open world RPG style deal, kind of like what Bethesda does, kind of like there's other games, Skyrim and that, where you can play the single player narrative, or you can just survive. You don't have to do the story if you don't want to. The story's there to enhance the game, but you don't need to arbitrarily do it. Okay, so we are tired. This one is equally brutal. Let's just lean on these, because, my goodness. We've been carrying them for a while. We can probably find more. We haven't been everywhere. So I think the trader, the cooking, now with the curing of meats, I think we're going to start to see some of that in Black Frost when that becomes available. It may not be in early access, but I think we're going to see that. I wouldn't even be too surprised if we see seasons, because I kind of think that's what the curing box was all about. Long Dark wasn't supposed to be perpetual winter. There were supposed to be seasons, and the story was the primary, but there's always limitations to your funding, how much you can get done. And so if Unreal gives them the ability to add seasons into Black Frost, that will be really interesting. It's going to change the survival deal. We also know there's going to be a mental component to it with the will to live. So your morale is going to be important as well. Don't need anything heavy.
I'll take it.
No. 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 Oh, good. There's a cave over here. And a bed. Very timely place to put a bed. I don't want to waste the... You want to warm up. Okay.
I don't feel so good.
You know what? It's early enough. Let's take a 3-hour nap. I know that's going to put us later in the day, but I want to be rested.
I don't feel so good.
What do you mean you don't feel so good? You still have a headache. Oops. We could take painkillers, but I don't think it's going to help you. I think your headache's gone. I think you napped through it. Oh, here's our other rope climb. This one doesn't look as bad, so we got a ton of coffee. Let's just drink a coffee. See if that gets us up here. Yeah, getting back to the Black Cross thought process. I mean, the trader, I think, is kind of an introduction for players in Long Dark to interact with non-player characters, NPCs. I think there's going to be an element to that because we're going to be in a town, so there's going to be people, and there's going to be an element of trust that you're going to have to build amongst these people. Trust is an overlying theme in the story. It's an overlying theme with the trader. You can't see them changing that. You're going to have to build trust. Big curiosity is going to be is how big of a co-op is it going to be? Are you going to be able to do up to 4 people? Is it going to be 2 people? Most tend to be 4. I think when you get beyond that, it gets a little complicated. Come on. We're almost not there. Aren't you glad we have the tactical gloves, Astrid? Not only do they look nice, but they seem to work well. Alright. What an ominous bridge this is. You can't even see across. The bridge to oblivion. I think the introduction of horses, too, makes for an interesting part as well, because I think that's going to give a nod to how big the map is going to be. From some of the early release pictures, the map looks like it's going to be quite sizable. It's all speculation, have no clues what we're getting into. Got to get excited about episode 5 before we can even think about getting into Black Cross, but it's nice to know we got something coming. I just hope they hit a home run with it. Nothing will be 100% to what you anticipate, but I hope it's at least as fun to play as this. This is entertaining to record and watch. I look forward to doing collaborative work with other creators. Okay. Top of the world, Ma. Top of the world.
Hot fire. Yeah.
Take those. I'm going to take those that we don't really need those. You know what? Let's go ahead and start a fire. No reason not. You know what? Go ahead.
God, I need to find some place to escape this cold.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Right on.
That was nicely timed. No, I don't want to use the sticks. Let's see if this will warm us up without using the coal. Don't know that it will, but we'll give it a shot. Okay, so we got something there and something there. Wait till we're sure the fire's going to work here.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
We might be needing that soon. I'm going to take that. Ooh, maybe there's something here. Fishing equipment is going to be needed probably. Alright. Let's put this in here. I think that will help with warmth. And we can drop that. And we can drop that for now. Do you have any fire hardened arrows? We have one. Nope, that's a simple arrow. I'm tempted to hunt some of these ptarmigans right here. We could use the feathers to fix our bedroll. Not that I want to stay up here though. I'm tired and we need to head down. Okay, let's go through these. Diary number 2, his is 3. Let's do this one. There, a little closer to the fire.
This island was meant to give up its secrets to me. Knowledge wired into its very bones, the deep places under the earth. A new geology. It promised much, a crack in the window to the future. I knew we could not accomplish our goals and be certain of success or safety in doing so, even if I could never have predicted this result. How powerful and destructive the amplification would be, the cascading, corrupting energy from the machine. But I chose to move forward. In the coming decades, these equivocations, these doubts, will be meaningless. I still believe EW was right. He was already so close, and 100 years ago. But even with my more complex machine, I cannot prove it. Yet. The cost has been high, and now I suspect it is time for me to pay as well. Even now my enemies laugh, as their agent tracks my movements, this stalker in the hills, and I am only getting weaker. There is a terrible shadow across my mind, gnawing on its edges. I cannot focus my thoughts. My dreams are strange, a deep, wide ocean, unending.
I wonder if in episode 5, when we get to go to the observatory, the Suzuki Observatory, I think it is, if we're going to get any stories from Atwood about what was going on here with Rudiger's machine at all. I wonder if they're going to tie those in. I mean, the part about the new geology and, like, what did they unleash? And obviously it's still affecting because the whole thing was about getting some kind of cure. Right, let's move closer to the fire so we don't get cold.
Track the slippery creep up here, but he's moving fast. Stronger than he looks. And just as I'm starting to fade. I knew this might be a one-way trip, but I like my odds for something better. One last mission to fill the ledger before Moving on to better days. Debts paid. The director off my back for good. Some bright idea, huh? I miss my brother. He would have loved this op. I can't really see his face anymore. Feel bad for the guys that didn't get out. Goddamn mine. Part of the gig to keep them in the dark, but this one hurt. Well then. It's almost kind of nice when the sun's up and the wind stops howling. Onward. Gotta fix this. Finish it.
All right. We've received permission to go back to Forsaken Airfield. You know what? Go ahead. Switch over to these. See how bad we can do. Oh, that one ran. Or flew. Oh, come on. One. Oh. You were so close. Becoming barbecue. Well, one's better than none. Switch those out. Also, wonder who he was signaling to. Bitch. I think there's a rope climb down there. Almost goaded myself into a quick plunge. I don't know that I agree with there being a body up here.
This'll come in handy.
Because technically, wouldn't he be part of either Rudiger or the Foreman's group? Because this place is so remote. I mean, I had to find stuff to dig him out. Would have been more interesting if he would have had a title or something along the lines of... I didn't pick up the rope. Oh my lord. Good lord. What are you doing? I do everything twice today. I know, Astrid. I deserve that. All the sass I give you, I deserve that one. Dish it out. Gotta take it. Drop the bird. Grab the rope. Ooh, warming up is not warming up very well. There we go. Let me do this. I have a good feeling that we're thirsty. So plant the rope, come back, check on our water. See where this drops us. Okay. I think this puts us on the backside of the road, or if I'm not mistaken, I think maybe if you go straight, you end up at like a ledge that's
I can't feel my feet.
overlooking like ski lodge place. Pretty certain that was a ski lodge. I think that's what it was meant to. Before the avalanche and the earthquake. So cold. We're so tired.
God, I'm starving.
Working on it. Working on it. All right. That would be almost perfect. 27 minutes. Not gonna get any of these feathers. Okay. Close enough. Figure worst case scenario, I can always backtrack to that cave. There was a bed in there, so it'll probably stay warm. Not like we don't have food. But we can also make some coffee.
I'm getting tired.
Don't you worry. We're gonna make coffee like crazy here. Check that. All right. Wanted to make sure. Still got a go drink. Figured we make enough coffee when we're. Cook some more coffee. We'll muddle our way through. That's enough. I was thinking I'd put these coffees in the thermos, but or insulated glass. Grab that. That will help keep us warm. Don't know if this will keep, but we'll take it. And we'll drink one of the coffees, and we'll climb down and see where we're at. Find a place to hunker down. And work our way back to Forsaken Airfield. And once we get the Omega bunker done and we're done with the tails, I think at that point I'm going to focus on setting up some sort of base in Forsaken Airfield. And I think I'm going to pick Drift Island as my house of choice. My main reason for that is because it's so close to fishing. Because that's such a renewable source. Hang in there, Astrid. This is like Ash Canyon all over again. We'll drink another coffee and we'll stumble our way to a place to sleep. Well, at least if we fell from here, we'd only be hurt a lot. We probably wouldn't die, but hurt a lot. Okay. There you go.
So
Good job.
tired.
And you kept the torch lit. That's pretty impressive. All right, that'll help. Might be able to go up that way. I'm just going to go straight this way. Hey, Burnock. Your friends. Family. Cousins. Whatever. I think this dumps out where we overlook the lodge. I'm not 100% certain. If that's where we end up, that's great. We can sleep in there, and then we can fuss our way around, work our way to the cave, get us out of here. If this takes us someplace different, I'm okay with that too. We end up close to one of those little cabins. We just need a bed to sleep. Crows is usually a good sign. Something is afoot. What do you got going on over there? Huh, Crows? What's going on over there? Yeah. That looks like a one-way trip. Okay, speaking of one-way trips, that's kind of what this is. Now we can't go back up there without doing the rope climbs and the necessary things.
dusk, so I can't be far behind.
It is. Come on, let's get down here before we get an ankle sprain. Oh, hello guys. Nice to see you. I'm gonna Barney 5 you with my one bullet. Really? More of you? Ooh. How'd I get so lucky? I'm out of bullets, though. Alright. Can you get up here? You cannot, can you? Alright. I'll make a mess here. Ooh, you got a little higher than I expected you to. It's alright. My fault for not loading the gun earlier. Okay. Are we ready to play? I am. I'm ready to play. Oh, I heard a rabbit. Did the Timberwolf hunt the rabbit? Or did he run? I'd kind of like to confirm that. I think it was more of a run scream than a death scream from the rabbit, but... So, before we get ourselves in a jam again, let's reload this thing. We're gonna have to do some gunsmithing soon. Oh, the heck was one? Hey, I actually do want you. Hoping we don't overload ourselves. Oh, I hear ptarmigan. I do hear ptarmigan. Oh, I can't do it. I'm not. Oh, you are horrible. I need a lot more practice. All right. Switch those out. Hey, I'm okay with this. I didn't know that was going to come out right there. And, I'm actually really okay with this. Because this puts us really low down. We could actually go back to the lonely cave. Is there another one? I heard you. Yeah, I think he's down on the road there. No, okay, I'm not going that far. Alright. Cleaning kit. Okay. Put that away. Just eat it. Eat something. Doesn't matter. Timberwolves are still mad at me. Drink water. I wasn't sure if we were going to get back down to the cave, or I mean the cabin before we left, so might as well go down there. You know what? Go for town. Heal up. Oh, we woke up. No fair. Something woke us up. Oh, see that? Look, we got bird saplings here. All right, let's take this with us. Take that and we'll drop it down to that cabin and let those cure, and then that way when we come back we'll have the means to make a bow and a few arrows. It didn't last long. It didn't even get to a dark screen. Damn Rudiger and his spooky stories. Got me having nightmares. There we go. Now we're looking much chipper. It still didn't last very long. Didn't even let me get a drink. All right. Sleep for an hour. Let's get the sun up a little bit. There we go. Okay. You know what? We're here. Let's just take this stuff. I think when I left this stuff behind, I was thinking that we weren't going to be headed back this way and back to the cabin, but we might as well go back to the cabin. We kind of need to go that way. Cabin's right down there, and then we have to go up to the cave, so. I knew I heard you. Alright, so let's walk back to the cabin. Oh, come on, man. Just as I said, let's walk back to the cabin. You're gonna make me do the snail walk. Well, if I wouldn't have had to backtrack back to the basement, I probably would have timed this to where we could have at least been in the cave, headed back. But at the moment, I'd settle for getting to the cabin. That way, on the next episode, what we can do is we can sort out what we're going to leave behind. I definitely want to leave the saplings behind and kind of set that. That's going to kind of be our base over here. I'd like to come back over here and spend more time and explore and stuff, but not really worried about it right now. We need to go finish the tails, which leads us back to Forsaken Airfield, and I think that's where we'll spend a little bit of time there. I'm not gonna like get crazy, spend like 100 days there or anything, but we can get the Drift Island thing set up. We need to, we can go fishing, do some hunting, whatever, just so we can get some meat going. We need to, see, where does that tunnel lead? They were driving over here, but nobody was driving to the far territories that we know of. We still have the woodworking tools, so maybe we can take advantage of those. Thought about maybe making a curing box. I know we have some salt in the area. We wouldn't be able to do a ton of curing, but we could do some until the salt runs out. And we just leave the tools here in the far territory and just haul them from spot to spot. If we want to use the tools in zone of contamination. And once we get Drift Island set up, then I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'd like to set up a spot in the zone of contamination, but we've spent so much time over here. I'm kind of leaning towards just let's go home. TV is calling. Ooh, we got a wolf over there. What's the wolf chewing on? Actually, you know what? I feel more comfortable with this. Me from 2 years ago can't believe I just said that, but you want to run away now? Oh, you still got quite a bit on here. Well, let's see if we can build us a fire. Thank you, Hinterland, for making that easier. We don't have much, do we? I think we got some coal. We'll go ahead and use a coal. How long to do 6? Perfect. Let's do this. No, I was wanting to do something else. Excuse me. I don't know if fire will last this long, but we're going to give it a shot. Make it happen. Get our full money out of this coal fire. Okay. 1 minute till ready. Still got time on the fire. Tell you what, I think we were getting low on water. So let's do a liter of water. Do another one of those. I'll probably just take all this up to the cabin. It's just up the hill that way. He's quite a ways away. He'll probably get excited, but... Yeah, that'll make up for all those feathers I used. Throw sticks at ptarmigans that I can hardly hit. Okay. Well, this has been very productive between this and a few other items from earlier. I mean, when we walked in and went to the cabin, we ended up getting 2 deer back to back. Tell you what, just eat that fresh right off the rock.
That guy who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
Easy with those accusations, young lady. Yep, here he comes. Wanting to get all up in our business. Well, I wouldn't call this set up as a base, but we're going to have a really nice cache of food here, which will be nice when we come over here. We won't have to prioritize that right away. I mean, look, we got quite the cache of
This bag is
food.
getting kind of heavy.
This is all cooked. I think we have uncooked over around the corner, maybe? Nope, we got all this done. Let's drop the fat. Drop the uncooked stuff. I'd almost say, you know what? Drop a can of coffee while you're here. We brought these back and didn't really need them. I forgot about the red box, but better here than anywhere else. Oh, here we go. Forgot about this. What? Leave this behind. Leave that behind. Couple of flares. How about a book of matches? Now we should take... I'll leave the chemical books because we don't need those. I'm going to take the sled. Oh, we left matches already. Never mind. But that's okay. We'll leave some more. Harvest that. Let's see, we got a nice cache of food here. Put this over here. Got all our leftovers here. Our deerskin boot. Wolf pelt. Let's drop this. Like I said, it's not like I have a huge start to this being here, but we've got a pot here. I mean, we could come here empty-handed. Even if we did like cheating death for some reason, we ended up over here. We've got food, fire, got a means to make water. I like it. Yeah, that's right. We have a rifle here too, which we're leaving here with this 1 round of ammo. Do we not have more than 1 round of ammo? I don't think we have any more rifle ammo. No, we don't. Although we could use the cleaning kit on the gun. Worry about that later. Alright, so we need rifle ammo over here. We do have a rifle. We really don't need to sleep, do we? Okay, we're wearing all of our clothes. A ton of feathers. Wonder if I shouldn't leave some feathers here. I'll leave a dozen. I mean, we can always get more. Leave that behind too. I'm almost tempted to leave the bow behind. But we have the rifle here, so that works. We need some more rifle rounds. About that. Alright, so we've got deer clearing, and we'll leave the boots behind. What are we wearing? Oh, we're wearing these. That's fine. Work boots, deer boots. We've got a bow and a few arrows brewing there. Okay. Alright. Let's see what. I won't drag this out any further, but let's get an hour's of sleep. That'll give us the save point. And then on the next episode, if we don't screw anything up, we'll be on our way through the cave system and on to Forsaken Airfield. We'll get the Omega bunker done, and then we will head over to Drift Island and kind of do what we've got going here. We've got a lot of food here, which was kind of unexpected, taking advantage of that deer carcass from the wolf kill. Just yet a more taking advantage of the situation. So, got a lot of food stocked up here. We got a pretty decent setup. We got out of all three places, this is our best base in the area. So, I'd like to go back to Forsaken Airfield, set up a base there, decide whether or not we're going to do zone of contamination after we get that set up, or whether we need to go home. I'd like to go to Coastal Highway, and we need to go make more bullets. So we may need to go to Black Rock. So we'll see. Anyway, thank you very much for putting up with my nonsense and making mistakes, and also for watching and being a part of this. I do enjoy it. So with that, we will catch you on the next one. Thanks.